Hey, how's it going guys? It's Nate here. And Skyrim is a massive game, filled with hundreds, if not thousands of items for you to acquire. And some of those items are a bit more rare and harder to come across than others. Axes used by great conquerors, swords given to you by gods themselves. But chances are you probably already know most of those, as typically rare stuff is quite valuable, either due to obscene stats or just selling for a lot of coin. Therefore, countless videos and Reddit posts have already explained how you can get most of those secretly rare or amazing armors and weapons. However, what about the less useful stuff? Pointless knickknacks that only spawn in once, rare alcoholic beverages you can't find anywhere else. Well, today we are going to fill that void as we take a look at yet another 5 extremely rare but utterly useless items in The Elder Scrolls V. Starting off, we have the roasted ox head and roasted ox leg. Both weigh you down by 1 carry weight, and together will sell for a grand total of just 4 septons. These 2 items can only be obtained in Sovngarde's Hall of Valor, just sitting on a table for you to pick up. Do keep in mind, there is only a single quest as a part of the main storyline in which you actually go to Sovngarde, so you only have a short window of time in which you can pick these items up. The roasted ox head and leg are presented on plates, and look like they would be used as food. However, when you actually decide to pick them up, they'll both appear in your inventory listed under miscellaneous items that cannot be eaten. So they're essentially only practical for decoration purposes, and even then they're soon to be pieces of rotting meat, so tread carefully. Our number 2 spot is the flag. That's seriously the entire item's name. This puppy will weigh you down by 4 carry weight, and is literally worthless, selling for 0 septons. There's only one way to acquire this item, and that's by becoming Thane of Solitude, purchasing the town's home for sale, and then purchasing the kid's bedroom upgrade. Once you have done all of that, including obtain all the gold you need to pay for the property and done all the quests you need to become Thane, inside your new kid's bedroom will be a gigantic map, with a flag stuck on it. Pick that flag up, and you'll be the proud owner of the only flag in-game. At least, the only one you could actually obtain in your inventory. Now, considering its absolute lack of value, like so many others on this list, you might be thinking you could use this for decoration. However, if that is your intention, do be wary, because the flag has absolutely no in-game physics. Meaning, should you drop it from your inventory, rather than abide by the rules of gravity, it'll instead simply float in midair. Also, unlike so many other items, you won't be able to hold your selection button on it and move it around wherever you'd like. It'll just sort of stand there idly until you pick it up again. The flag bears the same appearance as the one you see on Civil War maps across Skyrim. However, those you can't actually pick up. With no for sale price, or even physics for that matter, I'm somewhat inclined to believe that Bethesda didn't really mean for us to obtain this item in the first place. But what's done is done, and if anything, that only makes me want to have it even more. Coming in at number 3 is Columbian Brandy. Already infinitely more valuable than our last spot, this unique beverage will sell for 100 coins, and weigh you down by only half a point. Columbian Brandy is only available during the quest Diplomatic Immunity, in which the Dragonborn infiltrates the Thalmor embassy to scope it out for intel. At one point in this quest, you're going to need to create a distraction, and in typical Bethesda fashion, there's a few ways you can actually go about doing this. However, if you want the Columbian Brandy, you're going to need to find a nearby drunk named Rizleen, and tell him you'll provide him with a drink. The obvious hope here is that he gets so intoxicated that eventually you'll get Rizleen to create a scene. Speak to him and he'll ask you to secure him some Columbian Brandy from the bar. He'd do it himself, but he was recently cut off. So make your way to the bartender, Malborn, and he'll supply you with a single bottle of Columbian Brandy. But don't give that to Rizleen. Instead, give him any other type of wine, and all will go well, allowing you to keep the unique drink, and Rizleen will still act up as usual. Columbian Brandy, should you decide to drink it for whatever reason, will restore 25 points of stamina, yet slow your stamina regeneration for 30 seconds, and improve your barter skills for another 30 seconds. These effects are quite similar to that of normal wine. As always, Columbian Brandy is unavailable anywhere else, and will not be sold at any merchants, so think very carefully before you consider drinking. Fourth, while we're still on the topic of special beverages, we have Dragon's Breath Mead. Weighing you down by just a mere half point and selling for 5 gold, a single bottle of Dragon's Breath Mead spawns in during a miscellaneous quest. Go to Dragon's Bridge near Solitude, and speak with Olda. She'll then inform you that she is getting utterly sick of her husband's drinking problem, and will request that the Dragonborn raid his secret stash, if you will, and bring back a bottle of Dragon's Breath Mead to her, as that's her husband's favorite drink. This will begin the appropriately named Dragon's Breath Mead quest. Head over to Olda's husband's stash, which is surprisingly in a remote wolf den for some reason or another, and there you will find a plethora of alcoholic drinks. These include bottles of wine and normal mead, but also the unique Dragon's Breath drink that we're looking for. There should only be one bottle of Dragon's Breath Mead in the entire stash. However, evidently there is a glitch where more than one does spawn in from time to time. From here, you have the option to either bring back the item to Olda like you promised you would, or instead betray her and give it to her husband. Regardless, one of them must receive the Dragon's Breath Mead in order for the quest to complete. If you don't give it to either of these two NPCs, the quest will not finish, and you won't be able to consume nor remove the beverage from your inventory. But once you've given it to one of them, the quest will finally be completed, and you'll have the ability to take it back if you catch my drift, either pickpocketing it from their inventory or going through less conventional methods. At that point, Dragon's Breath Mead will no longer be a quest item, and you're free to drink it for 20 points of stamina regen, or if you're like me, put it on display in your house. And finally, last on this list, there is High King Toryg's Warhorn. If you're trying to become the Thane of Solitude, which is necessary to obtain one of the previous items on this list, one of the quests you'll need to complete is called Elisif's Tribute, in which the widowed Jarl Elisif the Fair of Solitude will request that you deliver her former husband's Warhorn to a shrine of Talos, as a tribute to the god's name. Now, of course, the Empires ban Talos worship, and Elisif is loyal to the Empire at the time you take this quest. But regardless, that's not going to stop her from seeing her husband honored. So just accept the quest, and the Warhorn will be placed in your inventory for you to drop off at a nearby shrine. Now, until you drop it off at a shrine, it's again going to be considered a quest item, so you can't do too much until the quest is over. But once you've made your way to a shrine and dropped it off, the quest will be completed, and then you can simply pick up the Warhorn again, and nobody will ask any questions. If you leave for too long, it will despawn, so make sure you act quickly. Similar to the flag, the Warhorn will sell for absolutely 0 septims and has a 5 carry weight. However, unlike the flag, the laws of physics actually apply to it, and you can drop it from your inventory and it'll actually hit the ground. Furthermore, you can also hold the selection button on this item and move it around however you please, positioning it wherever you'd like. In my opinion, the Warhorn looks considerably better than the flag did anyway, and just makes for a better decoration piece all around. But with that final note, we are going to wrap up. If you enjoyed the video, like ratings are, as always, very much appreciated. And what rare items have you found and come across in your travels throughout Skyrim that weren't particularly useful to you? Leave a comment down below. Again, thanks for stopping by, everybody, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Peace out, everyone.